What's up, Nomad Summit? All right, Jay Ketsu, founder of allthewayup.com. You guys ready to go all the way up with me? Here's my first Nomad picture. Who's been to the Philippines? Yeah, there's some hands in here. There's this place called Manila de Pan, and they sell an Oreo cream-filled donut. Absolutely delicious for any foodies out there. But let's get started, all right? All right, so who is this guy? First and foremost, I identify myself as a b-boy. It's also known as a break dancer. And I listen to Star Fox themed music all day while working. Because why not, right? I guess I have some type of credibility. I've been featured on some of these news sites, whatever. And you guys know that I made $2 million in 8 months. But here's the thing. I don't really have a sob story. I don't really, am unique or anything like that. But I used to work for a company called GoDaddy. They actually have an office out in Iowa. For those that don't know what Iowa is, it's a state in the United States where there are more hogs than humans. So do you think there are a lot of like-minded people around me? Probably not, right? But eventually, I read the 4-Hour Workweek in one sitting, mind you, just like him. And I decided I would start my first e-com business because Timothy Ferriss mentions all about e-commerce. So I actually made my first sale within a week, and I also made a business-to-business sale, which is something that a lot of people actually neglect in the e-com industry. Everyone's so focused on business to consumers. So that's something just to keep your mind open about. All right? And I use GoDaddy Website Builder. Don't use this service, okay? I just didn't know any better. All right, I built it up a little, then I actually ended up selling that site on a service called Flippa. Pretty similar to Empire Flippers, but it's more like you're selling it yourself. So it's a little bit harder. And then I went through the failures, just like a lot of other people. We see the next shiny object, and we try the next thing. So I tried a Korean fashion drop site. Didn't work that well. An EDM music site to capitalize on the growing EDM industry. Another failure. And then finally, Amazon affiliate sites. Do you guys remember this? Anyone in the room? Yeah? Well, it was a popular app called Flappy Bird. It really took off at the end of December 2013 and the beginning of 2014. So I got really excited about this growing, and I actually bought a ton of domains related to Flappy Bird. So like flappybirds.com, and then even there was a Sesame Street knockoff called flappybird.com. I bought that and sold that, all on that site called Flippa. But I didn't stop there, because I saw the potential that they were making as an individual app developer. So I actually created a Doge app portfolio. And for those that don't know what Doge is, it's just a popular internet meme out there. And that failed miserably because I didn't know how to market. Okay? Then I came back to my roots again. I decided to start another e-com business. And then I actually ended up selling it on our sponsor, Empire Flippers. What a coincidence. But for those who don't want to go all the way up with me, there is a passive way to make e-com work for you. So I actually just used SEO and Instagram automation. That was it. Just like $3,000, $5,000 net profit per month. All right, then I chilled out early 2016, got my nerd on, played Mass Effect, which is just a game trilogy. And then I decided to get back into the game. Once again, e-commerce. So in June 2016, I actually read an article on the Huffington Post. And this article stated that this guy made $12K in sales his first month using a platform called Shopify. And then he drove traffic with a source called affiliates. So you're actually going out and getting others to sell products for you. Interesting concept. So I decided I could probably do it, right? All right, so I ended June 2016 with almost 60K in sales. I had to round up using the same strategy, supposedly. And I had to hire my first VA. So that was an experience because I had a moment. It's kind of an oh crap moment because I actually needed help. Because before, I would just run the business myself. Best decision ever. All right. In July 2016, things started to go all the way up because I started using something called Facebook ads. And in the previous slide, you could see that I actually had the Facebook Pixel installed. And for those who don't know what that really is, it's the equivalent of the American NSA for marketing. That's really what it is, because it's so creepy. I don't know if you guys seen it, like even with Amazon, if you go to their site, you look at a product, you abandon it, and then you go to your Facebook feed, and then you see the product there. That's the Facebook Pixel working. All right, and then by October 2016, I hit my first million in sales, so that was exciting. Let's see if this video loads. No music, but you can see the dashboard there. Good stuff. All right, and then in December 2016, I got smarter. So I hit my first 2 million in sales, and then I decided I needed to ramp my game up. So I actually went to an event called Pixel Mastery Live in Singapore, and then it was just a gigantic paradigm shift for me. And now I've gone on to go over 10 million in sales. But we're going to talk about 5 lessons on e-com today. The first is traffic diversification, product sourcing, and then we got to learn how to write copy, because this is incredibly important, and then knowing your numbers, and finally, we don't want to leave money on the table. All right, so diversifying our traffic. We have all sorts of different traffic sources. Of course, we have Facebook and IG ads, we have Pinterest, we have YouTube, Google ads, Snapchat, all sorts of things. All right, who here runs a business? Just get a raise of hands. Okay, this is a good chunk of you. Who here runs an e-com business? All right, and who runs Facebook ads? All right, what would happen to your business if Facebook ads shut you down? Just completely gone. Would it hurt? Just a little, right? Well, this happened to me this December, actually. Here's what I lost. All of my Facebook pages. So that's 450K followers on an e-com page, another 120K, 30, and even 34 to my personal public profile page. Then all my Facebook ad accounts, my pixels, my data, everything was gone. Wiped out in one day. Still no reason. This actually included my personal Facebook account, so not necessarily just business, but my personal one that I opened back in 2007. So yeah, it hurt, right? So here are some precautions you can take to make sure that you protect your business assets. First, of course, you want to add a trusted, family or friend to all of your business accounts, your groups, your pages, everything that you can possibly think of. And then you want to create multiple ad accounts just in advance. You don't even have to use them, and then create separate pixels outside of those accounts. All right, but enough about Facebook. We want to talk about some of the other traffic sources that you can use in case something like this happens to you. So I like to use Instagram in particular, and we're going to talk about that one first. So, of course, we can advertise on IG through Facebook ads, but we can also do with affiliates, just like I started, as well as paid shoutouts by influencers, a highly effective method. So we got big evergreen markets within the Instagram industry. Of course, we have beauty, health, fitness. We got the cats and dogs, meow. And then we have motivational quotes. But here's the thing with influencers. They just want to get paid, they're lazy, and they don't want to dilute their feed with tons of different products and shoutouts. So I do have a solution for this. You might even want to write this down no matter what industry you're in. So I actually like to manage their Facebook or IG accounts and run dark post style ads. For those that don't know what dark post ads are, they're ones that actually don't show up on their Facebook feed, their IG feed, so followers aren't seeing that. They're only seeing it if they get hit by their ads. And then you just simply give them a cut. It's a win-win for both parties. They're not doing anything, and you're making money. And then Pinterest, actually used just for search engine optimization. As you can see in this screen, there's a lot of backlinks from Pinterest. And backlinks are just simply links that come from another site to your site. That is over, I don't even see, 900 or 9,000 or 953,000 backlinks. That's a lot. But how? Of course. I just go on Canva, which is just a free Photoshop-like tool out there. It's cloud-based, and you can simply create posts that you can post on Pinterest and then link back to your site, of course. And then, of course, we have YouTube. I like to go out and find relevant channels and then advertise on those channels. And the reason why we do this is because those channels that we go out, of course, we're going to find them, their followers are going to respond better to us. And the best thing you can do is get a click before 30 seconds. If you do this, it's free for you. We like free traffic. And then we have Snapchat too. Not everyone has access to the Snapchat ad platform, but if you do, especially if you have base in the US, you can actually use the top snap and the long snap together. You don't want to use top snap only because people will accidentally swipe up and dilute your traffic. But if you're asking them to swipe up for the first one and then the long form, then you know you have a qualified user. That's what we want. And then for product sourcing, you know, nothing too bad happened here, right? Couldn't possibly go wrong. Except the time when one of my suppliers kind of cheaped me out for 40,000 in sales. Kind of hurts. But that's why you always want to make a solid relationship with your suppliers. If you've ever worked with any international suppliers in particular, well, it's kind of hard to get through them. A lot of times they'll just send you kissy faces and emojis, and you got to get through that. So we're going to talk about domestic and international suppliers, and of course, low ticket versus high ticket. So of course, most people know about the international one. That's the most popular on YouTube, and we want to make sure we are negotiating our sales right after we've made just a few. Then you can get through the emojis, get their Skype, their Messenger, anything you can to get through them. Then my favorite are products that are actually consumable. A lot of people go out, sell products to just like shirts. Those are just one-time products, okay? But we want to do products that are consumable, useful, and of course, a friend would take someone in that post. So let me show you an example. Feel free to bounce along with me. This is actually a product I sell. Pretty cool, right? It's refillable as well. So guess what? We can sell them on more of it. All right, and then we have, of course, our domestic supplies, which I think a lot of us can appreciate if we don't want to deal with long shipping times for our customers. So I like to do my product research on Google and Pinterest, especially Pinterest, because we can find lots of unique products there. And then we can trace the supplier back and then actually pick up the phone and dial. So I'm an introvert, and I don't do well on the phone, but it's okay. You can still get through them. Of course, you have to get through the gatekeeper. That's the most important thing. You need to get to the decision maker first and foremost. And then here's an extra strategy for you guys. If you're not good on the phone like I am, sometimes it's best to actually make a sale. even if it's without their permission, and then call them up and say, hey, I got a sale for you, and they're much more willing to work with you because you have a sale for them, money. All right, so my high-ticket favorites are usually $1,000 US plus. Again, a friend would take someone in post, and of course, it's useful. All right, so let's take a look at this short video.
Designed for your connected lifestyle. With a refrigerator drawer, Bluetooth speakers, and charging ports, the Soho keeps you powered up in the moment.
Great product to sell, especially to all the sports fans out there. I don't know if you see the subliminal messaging in there, but the videos in the background are all sports. So invite your bro over, drink a beer, listen to some music. All right, and then we have one more option. It's called print on demand. Often this is actually items that you can customize yourself, and then you can sell it here one by one to your customers. So this here is a laser raptor. And what do you think we can do with this shirt? Well, there was a movie called Kung Fury, and there was a laser raptor in it. It's actually a popular crowdsourced movie out there. So if we create a laser raptor shirt and then targeted these people, do you think it would probably sell? Yeah, because we can laser target them too. All right, and then my favorite strategy to go along with this is, once again, I'm using Pinterest to do my product research. I just type in the niche and a keyword. So let's say I'm looking for dog and then quotes. I could do that, and I grab all the quotes out there, and then I slap it on a shirt. Easy. All right, who here likes to write? Yeah, there aren't many hands in here. I'm thinking the people that are raising their hands might be lying. All right, learning to write. I like to do it from osmosis and just regular practice. That's the way to learn. So there's a few ways we can do this. We can, of course, subscribe to our competitors list, so your inbox can actually be a gold mine for you. You can, of course, study product pages. I think that one's pretty obvious. But, of course, you also want to study influencers in that arena. So let's say if you're in the dog niche, you go on Instagram, you can see that they're using all sorts of dog-specific lingo that a normal dog owner would not understand. And, of course, if there's a retail store, definitely take a look. All right, who knows this place? Sephora? Beauty store? Yeah. It's a trap for guys that are bringing the girl in there for hours. But for me, like, since I'm in the beauty industry too, it's a gold mine. There's all sorts of catchy phrases. I heard you had a PhD. A perfect hair day. It's just silly, corny things like that that you can sell with your customers. So when we write a product, we definitely want to just start practicing. Like, I'll actually go in a notepad and just start writing just to get the flow. And then eventually it improves. Who liked math in this audience? Ooh, not many people like math. I didn't like math either, but I certainly do now. And there's a reason. You gotta know your numbers and, of course, track everything. All right, first and foremost, of course, we need to know our dollars in and dollars out. I've had friends in this industry that think they're making a lot of money, but they're actually losing. You don't want to be that guy. But Order Metrics is actually a Shopify app that gives you a quick overview of your dollars in and dollars out. You can put your advertising costs in, your cost of goods sold, just for a quick overview. Even if you still hate doing spreadsheets, you still got to do them, though, especially if you're looking to buy or sell your site. By providing that P&L right away, if you are selling a site, makes you look so much more credible. All right, and then we have the Google URL Builder, and that's purely for tracking sales. I don't know if you know, but like if you're running Facebook ads and a friend tags another friend in a post, and then that friend ends up buying, that purchase doesn't actually get tracked in Facebook ads, but you can track it with the Google URL Builder and Google Analytics combined. Does anyone know what a UTM is? Scream it out. Apparently nobody knows what it is. All right, it's the Urchin tracking module. All right, so I'm going to show you just a quick example here. Let's say we wanted to track some purchases on Nomad Summit. So we could type in Nomad Summit for our website URL, and then our campaign source will be Facebook, for instance. And then maybe we want to identify it further with a campaign name. So maybe NMS or something simple with FBs so we can recognize the traffic. Then we're just going to copy everything after the question mark, and we're going to post it, let's say in Facebook ads, and the URL parameters. That way we can properly track everything, so we can track true return on investment. I think this is important, especially if you are actually looking to go all the way up. All right, and then finally, we always got to be ready to evolve in this world. I can't tell you how much the industry has changed in this last year. I might be actually partially responsible for that change, just because I've flooded the market with so many new people into e-commerce. So I'm sorry about that, but you always got to be willing to evolve. All right, so we don't want to leave money on the table. Who in here is using Shopify or Amazon? Yeah, there's a good chunk of people here, okay? So you're really going to appreciate this. So I did two things when I moved off these platforms. And granted, I still use them, but it's more just as an organic storefront now. So increase my conversion rate and my average order value. So we're going to go through a quick test. So my Shopify results on one store, I had a 4% conversion rate. And it's okay. It's all right. And then a $19 US average order value. Could be better, right? All right. So the next thing I did, I replaced the default Shopify checkout with Cart Hook. Cart Hook actually eliminates 3 pages in the checkout process into 1 page, which is great. So that increased my conversion rate to 8%, so I doubled there. And then also because Cart Hook does post-purchase upsells, which is, let's say if a customer purchased the front-end product, they are hit with an upsell after they've purchased, so they don't actually need to put their card details again. They can just simply say yes or no to the next offer. So that bumped it up to $24 US average order value. And then finally, just for giggles, I actually created a dedicated funnel that replicated the Shopify flow, just because I was like, maybe people are used to this, so let's see what happens. Increase it to a 12% conversion rate and a $35 US order value. That's quite a jump from the original 19. Who would agree? Yeah? All right, so shall we take a look at a live funnel? Let's do it. Where's the video? Huh, we're missing a video apparently. Any idea? Well, I'm going to keep talking. So before we dive into that video, there's some things we need to keep in mind. So I'm actually creating what we call a pre-sale engagement page, and I'm coming from a different perspective than my brand. So I'm actually coming off as like a mom or pop blogger, travel blogger, or someone that's just not associated with my brand. And by doing this, we kind of eliminate ourselves from that pushy sales position. And then I take them through the dedicated funnel. So it kind of looks like a blog post. And then they can actually click on links to take them through different funnels. And then ultimately leading them to the keep it simple, stupid funnel. How are we doing? I think it might be good to get some Q&A just for the time being. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's make use of our time.
So who's got a question for Jay? Anybody? Right here.
Hello. I was wondering why you lost your FB accounts.
I'm sorry, was that why you left it?
No, why did you get dropped from Facebook?
Oh, so here's the thing. There's still no explanation. I've actually tried to reach out to them multiple times, but no one would answer. And that's the crazy thing about Facebook is like they don't have a phone number for any businesses or anything like that. So I'm still, sold out of luck for that. But there was some silver lining, like despite them closing my stuff, my ads were still running this last December. And then at the end of the month, I filed a chargeback and got all the money back. So all of my holiday spend, free.
Anybody else?
Hi. You showed a couple of videos for products like the low price and the high priced ones. I'm wondering, where do you source those from the actual source, or how do you find those types of videos to put on your Facebook ads?
Sure. So there's two ways to get the videos. You can either actually import the product to yourself. You can have the supplier make the videos. That's why it's important to make an actual supplier relationship, because more often than not, I've found them to actually willing to go out of the way for me, just because I have a proven sales history, of course. But they will actually make some videos, and then I can compile it into a viral story type video.
You mentioned using pictures from Pinterest for print on demand. Are there any legal obligations with using?
So here's the thing, like you don't want to use the exact image that you find on Pinterest. You just want to find like a graphic designer to redo the design. So like words and phrases out there, you can absolutely use them, but just switch up the design a little.
Okay, coming. As fast as I can before bumping into everyone.
So firstly, just two questions about Snapchat. How do you get your Snapchat followers, and you're making sales through Snapchat? Is that one of your main revenue streams?
Okay, so I'm not actually, running a business-specific Snapchat. You can actually just log into their platform and then advertise as a business. So you don't actually have to have a business, on your phone. But in terms of advertising, you always want to come across as the influencer point of view. So whether it's a selfie or something like that, you can't do, the low ticket example that I just showed, you can't really do that because you need to have that vertical type ad too, and you can't have those call to actions. So that's something to keep in mind.
Okay, any more questions for Jay? Anybody? Oh, one over the back.
Oh man, it's a bummer you guys don't get to see that video. Hit me up later.
You have a very elaborate marketing scheme and business model. I was wondering how much of this can be automated, how much time you actually spend on your business.
Sure. So just like any business in the beginning, you're going to spend a boatloads of time getting everything going. I think I'm a little bit on the fortunate side. Like my first VA was a beast, and then she hired the rest of my team actually out of her home office, so I don't have to micromanage or anything like that. The only thing I focus on is solely just marketing, but all like the smaller tasks like customer service, shipping, all of that is handled by my VAs. So, I'm here, I'm not really doing much business while I'm here. That's just kind of a testament that you can definitely scale all the way up as long as you have VAs in place.
Okay, great. Right, thanks, Jay. Sorry about the video, guys. We'll make sure that that's
One
available
second,
somewhere.
Johnny was asking some.
Okay, one more question. Who has it?
Hi, you mentioned you had a few failures that were back-to-back. I'm just curious what your income streams were during those failures, or if you were just running off of savings.
Not good, I can tell you that. It was mainly just running off of savings and then like part-time work as well. So I had to make ends meet, but eventually I'm so glad that I prevailed through all the failures and really finally figured it out.
Great, thanks, Jay. Everybody join me in thanking Jay Ketsu.
You mind if I take a picture? And then, you guys didn't get to see the closing slide, I do have a special free course offer for everyone here at Nomad Summit. So if you go to a site called funnelstateuniversity.com, that was funnelstateuniversity.com/nomad. I don't know why it would be that long. Oh, yeah. It's for you guys. All right, let's take a look. Yeah. Play this video. Here we go. I built up this funnel as a demo. Just keep in mind this is an example product. I'm not actually selling it. It was a product that I use personally, so I can definitely talk about it. So push play. I'm just going to let you guys enjoy it.
E-cell funnel page, and this is built as an example as part of Funnel State University. Here you can see the product, first and foremost, headline, and then kind of gauge how it's coming from the beauty capital of the world, which is Korea. Well, let's find out how it works. Not to mention, we just heard back from one of our readers, so we're actually taking a different perspective here from our company. So we actually want to, portray ourselves as like a mom blogger, beauty blogger, fitness blogger, etc.
Okay, so I'm actually going to talk over this. As you can see here, this is actually coming across as a reader basically wrote into this company. And this is actually just kind of an example of me with the product. And then just saying how cool the product is and that it solves a problem called crow's feet, which is something like wrinkles around your eyes that my girlfriend actually scared me about. All right. And then it goes into how does it work. So all the solutions, what it solves. And then, of course, we're going to go a little further down. And then it's backed by all these Korean beauty companies. So then it's going to show a bunch of celebrities. Again, this is a cream I personally use, but it's not a product that I sell. It's good for making life sweet. So we kind of had like the business statement there. And then we've done some research personally to actually go out and find reviews for you. So we got a bunch of reviews posted below. And then, of course, we want to hear from our readers. Again, just reinforcing that you can write in, and then you can make additional reviews to that blog or article. Then there's a video on the side of just using the product and what people think of it. And then, of course, finally, we have how to apply it. As you can see, the underlines are actually just links to other pages. So we're actually trying to funnel people into another funnel, because that's what you want to do with people. Because eventually, they will buy from you. And then people can ultimately subscribe to our email list. Again, it's not coming from the business. It's coming from whoever wrote the article. So you can actually opt in there and then send them email sequences. So 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, all the way up to 7 days. Then again, you can see I'm using their language. Yes, I love to slay. And then we have related articles that they can click on. But we're gonna go actually through the sales part of the funnel now, where you can actually see how we can order. I believe I click in a second. Maybe. There we go, click. Good, J-Ketsu. All right, here we are. So claim your $19.99 eye cream right now. As you can see down here, I like to sell with images that show 3 of the same product. It's just a psychological thing for 50% off. And then as you can see on the right-hand side, we have something called a 2-step order form. So we're actually cutting out an additional checkout page because we can all check out on this one page. Less loading time. And then here's what you would expect on a normal product page. If I click on this, it will actually take me back up here, and we can do a mobile or desktop version of our site. We're going to fill out these details real quick. We're going to grab our eye cream. But wait, you can see this is highlighted with the best deal and is defaulted. So what do you think they are going to choose? Probably the highlighted one, right? Of course, they can also do 5, 10, or 1, but most customers will choose like the buy 2, get 1 free type deal. All right, so we're going to put in our fake test card number here. Very easy for customers to do. If it was actually live, Google will also autofill a lot of this for you. And then here is what we call an order bump. An order bump is like an additional thing they can add to their order. So we're going to give them access to a beauty portal, giving them discounts on all future orders. So if we want to send them back to our Shopify store in the future, we can do that. All right, so we're going to complete the order. But just like I stated, we're actually not done. We have an order being processed, but it's not complete yet. We have our first upsell. So a lot of times I find selling more of the same product just at a heavy discount is often effective. Then I write, friends who eye cream together, stay together, because that's what they do. That's right, you got to use that sales lingo. All right, so they can upgrade the order below just with a click of a button. Yes, I'd like to add it for $11.99. So yes, it is at a discount. Or they can say, no, thank you. I don't like sharing with friends. Yeah, I'm serious. You have to like get into their head. But finally, we have one more deal. This is called a sleeping pack. It's an additional product that's a little different. You put it on before you go to bed. It's called a night mask. And it's the perfect way to finish your skin routine at night. And then, of course, just details on how to use it, the ingredients, and of course, they can upgrade their order below with a click of the button. And then just like, again, yes or no, no thank you, my skin is already perfect. My skin isn't perfect, so I had to go through with this order. But here's the thing. Now our order is complete. I originally thought I was just going to purchase one item at $19.99, and then I came out with a buy 2 get 1 free eye cream, another eye cream, and a sleeping pack. That increases our average order value, and of course here you can send them to another funnel or to your Shopify store. Easy stuff. All right, so that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, funnelstateuniversity.com. You guys can actually download these funnels into your account, just like that. And then you just need to swap out your images, text, and the products, of course. That easy.
Okay, thanks, Jay.
2 more questions.
Okay. Guys, we've got a little bit of time for 2 more questions. Who has a question? Okay, down here. One sec.
You said people underestimate selling to businesses. You didn't elaborate on it.
One more time.
You said, as well as selling to consumers, about selling to businesses as well, but you didn't elaborate on it.
Was that more about selling businesses?
Selling to businesses, so e-commerce, B2B.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so for B2B businesses, you definitely want to focus on the more high-ticket side if you can, because a lot of businesses are looking for things to give them a unique advantage to offer their customers. So whether that's even just like fancy furniture that gets them into their club, or useful items like I just showed there that can really show off the venue, those are good things to sell. Or even, let's say, even more importantly, like handicapped furniture. That'd be a great one to sell because you're helping them and their business, be more accessible to everyone.
Thanks. You talked about using CartHook. Do you use that standalone or in conjunction with Shopify? I guess what I'm asking really is, does CartHook have all the back-end features that allow you to track your purchases and inventory and taxes and stuff?
Yeah, so CartHook is actually an app that has to be used with Shopify. The only thing that it's doing is replacing that checkout process and the post-purchase upsell process. Everything else gets like processed through Shopify, including what I was using there. We can actually push all of our orders back to Shopify because the backend is much better on Shopify than what we call ClickFunnels. All right, I want a quick picture. Can I get my Doge? So I got a pillow of my Doge, and we travel around with it, and we take pictures of it with people.
Very nicely displayed. Thank you.
All right, so for people, if you can just do a hand raise up with your finger, just for all the way up, that would be great. All right, 1, 2, 3. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Jay. Round of applause for Jay.